Alright, today's lesson is 11.3, solving radical equations. Our objectives is to solve equations containing radicals and to identify extraneous solutions. A radical equation is an equation that has a variable in a radicand. So you can have something like that has, wrong color. So square root of x, or something like x plus 3, or something like that.
What happened?
And then you have extraneous situation as a solution. Sorry, extraneous solution is a solution that does not satisfy the original equation. So it might not work, is what they're trying to say to you. Is you might have problems with getting the correct answer. Okay. So, to solve each equation, you need to get the square root by itself. So, if the square root has a number attached with it where it's not inside the square root, you have to bring it over to the other side. So, if I look at it, it's kind of like variables, normal variables. I want to get this square root by itself. To do that, I need to add 3 to both sides. We're doing 2-step, 1-step equations, depending on your homework tonight. Equals 7. And then to get rid of it, you need to get rid of a square root, because we want to find out what x equals. To get rid of a square root, you just square it. But if I square one side of the number, I have to square the equal sign. You need to square the other, so it's going to make that a square too. So it's now going to be x equals 49. And there you go. If you want to check your answer, you can. You go square root of 49 minus 3 equals 4. Square root of 49 is 7. Minus 3 equals 4. And 4 equals 4. And that's how you would check it. B, again, you want to get this by itself, and then you have, so it's 7 is adding, so you're going to subtract 7. So square root of x equals 5. And then you want to square both sides to get rid of the square root. So x equals 25. And again, if you want to check your answer, you can. I don't have a problem if you don't. Okay, C. This time you have more stuff inside the square root, but if I circled it, is there anything attached on the outside? Nothing, so it's all by itself. So now I have to get rid of the square root sign. And the best way to do it is to square it. So you have to square both sides. So now I have x minus 3 equals 16. And then I add 3. And x equals 19. So if I did it, it would be 19 minus 3 inside equals 4. So square root of 16 equals 4. Well, I know square root of 16 is 4, so 4 equals 4. So that works. That's just checking it. Here's your answer, though. X equals 19. Again, to check and see if it's all by itself, and it is. So square root of c minus 2 equals 6. Get rid of the square root sign, so you square both sides. So it's c minus 2 equals 36. Add 2, add 2. So c equals 38. There you go. Alright, so that's example 1. Example 2. On a roller coaster ride, your speed is in a loop depends on the height of the hill you have just come down and the radius of the loop in feet. The equation equals v equals 8 square root of h minus 2r gives the velocity v in feet per second of a car that at the top of the loop. We kind of want to be able to go over the loop, so it's kind of important. Suppose the loop has a radius, so I found out my radius is 18. You want the car to have a velocity of 30 feet per second. So they give you the velocity. And you want to know how high it should be. So h is the one that's not showing. So you're going to substitute all the numbers. So it's going to be 30 equals square root of 8. Square root of h minus 2 times 18. So it's going to be 30 equals 8 square root of h minus 18 times 2 is 32. 18 times 2 is 36. Sorry, not 32. And then, again, the square roots this time is not by itself. If you look, there's an 8 attached. The 8 is multiplying, so you're going to divide both sides. So it's going to be, when you divide it, it's 3.75. 8.75 equals square root of h minus 36. And then now we can get rid of the square root sign, so we're going to square it. So it's going to be 14.0625 equals h minus 36. Now we find out how high the height needs to be, so I'm going to add 36 to both sides. Remember to line up your decimals. So it's going to be 50.0625 equals h. And there's your answer.